Finally tonight, remembering one of jazz music's all-time greats. Sonny Rollins died yesterday after more than 5 decades pushing the boundaries of the genre. One of the best jazz musicians of his time, Rollins won 2 Grammys and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in the early 2000s. He toured well into his 80s and died at his home in Woodstock, New York, after years of health issues. Senior arts correspondent Jeffrey Brown has a look back at the life and impact of Sonny Rollins.
Sonny Rollins often said he was always a work in progress. And that work, as the world got to hear, was as prolific as it was varied. He spent almost 7 decades recording more than 60 studio and live albums, relentlessly experimenting and honing his craft. He received numerous awards in his lifetime, including a 2011 Kennedy Center Honors. And ahead of that, he talked to us about his life and work.
So I was just immersed in it from the beginning, really.
Rollins was born in Harlem in 1930 to a musical family. He received his first saxophone at 11 and was largely self-taught.
When my mother bought me the second-hand alto saxophone, I went into the bedroom, and I just started playing. I mean, I don't know what I was doing, but I was in a zone. I was already doing something.
In fact, Rollins was a sensation even as a teenager. He performed and recorded with leading players of the day. His first album as bandleader came in 1951, and many more followed.
Playing with those great people like Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, Miles Davis, and all those giants, I wasn't afraid because I felt that I belonged there.
You felt you belonged with them.
Yeah. But I was still in awe of them, and it was, I didn't feel I was equal to them. I'm not saying that, but I felt that, especially they accepted me, but I felt that I was where I was supposed to be at. So it was quite a wonderful experience in a way.
You know, one of the things that people have long admired you for is the ability to, and I always hear this phrase, find fresh musical ideas.
Wow. Well, jazz, as you know, is an endless source of ideas because you can use anything. You can play operatic arias, you can incorporate them into jazz, you can play gypsy music and incorporate it into jazz, you can play European classical, you can incorporate it into jazz. You can use anything and jazz it up, as they used to say.
Mm-hmm. And where does the improvisation come in?
Well, Jeffrey, improvisation is something which is highly misunderstood these days. I think my friend Branford Marsalis, saxophonist, he explained it very good. Improvisation is really not so much remembering things, and this is what I do when I play. I forget things. When I go on the stage, I want my mind to be a blank so that things can come into me without my knowing where they came from.
So are you surprised by what comes out?
Sometimes I'm surprised by what comes out, yeah.
At several key points in his career, Rollins simply stopped performing and recording. Most famously, he spent one of what he called his sabbaticals practicing on the Williamsburg Bridge in New York. He later released an album titled The Bridge.
Jeffrey, I think the biggest thing that in my life that I can be proud of, my epitaph, is that I knew inside how I was doing, whether I was playing great or whether I wasn't playing great. And I shut out the people that were telling me, oh, Sonny, don't go away, you lose your audience. So I said, no, I want to practice, I want to get better. So I feel that I have an obligation to jazz and also to myself to play as good as I can play. I haven't reached that point yet.
When we spoke in 2011, Rollins had outlived many of his renowned contemporaries, including Miles Davis, John Coltrane, and Thelonious Monk, by decades.
You're one of the last ones left from that great time, right?
Well,
You must be aware of that. Does it weigh on you?
Well, it does. All my friends are gone. Miles, Coltrane, Monk. I mean, in a sense, they're gone, but not really. I'm the last guy, but in a way, I'm not, because when I'm gone, my music is going to be here. So we're all still here. We're all still here.
Sonny Rollins was 95 years old. For the PBS News Hour, I'm Jeffrey Brown.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.